Good afternoon. Welcome to Connections, and I'm your host, Pastor Kevin McGee of the Victory Temple Church of God in Christ. You're listening to us on IntellectualRadio.com. You can also listen to us on iHeartRadio. Connections is a show designed to keep you connected and network to those in the Christian community who are making impact. So get ready, because your connection is established. And if you wish to become a Connection advertiser, please reach out to me at bishop1915@gmail.com, or you can inbox me on Facebook. Nature Sunshine. Have you met your weight loss goals for 2020? Would you like a natural approach to weight loss? Do you want to see and feel changes immediately? Do you take medication for high blood pressure, diabetes, asthma, fibromyalgia, cancer, arthritis, or any other condition in your body? Do you have poor circulation, frequent colds, flu, or chronic fatigue, or perhaps you just want to maintain a healthy body? Give Nature Sunshine a try. They have many products and plans that will assist you in losing weight or maintaining and improving your health the natural way. You can reach out to them at 708-302-5655. The Bedrock Movement affirms safety, comfort, dignity, awareness, and empowerment for Chicagoland street homeless. For any internship needs for the schools, community services that are mandated from the court, or you just want to volunteer assisting the street homeless, please call John Netherly at 773-567-5110. We have the solution. We offer a suite of benefits for individuals and families. Who do you know with less than perfect credit that's in the market for a home, car, or financial needs? Our services include credit restoration, will and trust, budgeting, credit builder, credit attorney, credit monitoring, debt payoff, financial lockbox, identity monitoring, life insurance, net worth, saving goals, and YFL Family Mint. Maximize your score. Our services can help with obsolete, inaccurate, outdated, and unverified information from your credit profile. Give Vania Perry a call at 708-910-4767, or you can email her at vania.thatlady@outlook.com, and Vania is spelled VANIA. Or you can find her on Facebook under Financial Fitness by That Lady. And today we have in the studio with us, she's becoming a semi-regular. She is known as the budgeting queen, Shunda T. Smith. And we're going to talk about how we're going to get in y'all money for shopping. Yes. We're going to get in y'all wallets. We're going to tell y'all how to budget your money for shopping during the pandemic. All right? So thank you, Shunda, for being a part.
Thank you for always having me here. It's always fun to share what I love doing.
No problem. See, listen, we need to know how to manage our money.
Yeah.
So we got to bring people in that can help us, since we won't do it on our own.
Yeah, that's true.
We didn't learn in school, when they told us, gave us a little, a little bit of accounting, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We really didn't take it to heart. We got these credit cards, and we got, our paychecks, and we saw everything that we wanted, thought we were big enough and bad enough to do whatever we want to do with our money, because it's our money.
And we smart, and we know, and we got this.
Right.
We can count. We pass math.
And at the end of the month, there's a little piece of mail that comes, say you owe this. But you don't just owe what you spent. You owe all these other charges. You owe finance fees.
You owe interest. You owe taxes. Depending on how you buy things, you might owe delivery fees and all that other good jazz.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. When I got into college, I went crazy. I don't know if you were like me, but the first thing that met me on the college campus, it wasn't the Greeks. It wasn't the young ladies. It was a credit card application.
Yes, they get you fresh. I don't know how they know that you fresh me, like they can smell it or something.
All I know is my first month in college, I applied for 5 different credit cards, and I got approved for every last one.
Oh, my goodness.
All right?
Well, I didn't go that crazy.
Let me tell you.
I got one, but I didn't go 5.
I thought, look, I spent $20 here. I spent $20 here. All I have to pay back is $20. No. When I got the bill, my bill said $27. I'm like, wait a minute.
I didn't spend that $7.
I said, I only spent for $20. And I called, and they said, oh, no. That's interest.
That's interest on the purchases.
I said, did nobody tell me about interest? I said, well, I'm going to use a credit card. Guess what? A few months later, I got another thing. It's called APR. It called, about a year later, they charged. I said, I never used the card.
They charge you a fee.
A fee, even if you don't use the card, because you got the card.
Mm-hmm. They charge you a fee to have credit. That's when you know you don't have any credit when they charging you to give you some credit. That don't make sense, but it
See,
happen all the time.
see, that's why we need to be educated. 'Cause my daughter, and just like your daughter,
Yeah.
our daughters have just gone away to college. And
Well, Brianna hasn't left actually. Her school afforded her the opportunity to stay home. So she's still here driving me crazy.
well, now Jalissa had that opportunity too,
Oh, she
but
left y'all.
she
Yeah, yeah. She left y'all. She
she's
was
on
like, "Nah, I'm
campus,
out of here."
but she's doing classes from her dorm room, you know.
Okay.
And but regardless, one of the things I told her, I said,
No
don't fill
credit
out the
card.
application. Number one, you ain't got no job. No one needs to fill out an application for a credit card. You ain't got no
You
job.
can't even pay it back. What you getting it for?
Yeah, because it's gonna be on me.
Mm-hmm.
So no. So we're gonna talk about this. Okay,
Okay.
we're gonna talk about how to budget your money for holiday shopping in the middle of a pandemic. Because I think the dynamics in this year 2020 is a little different than
Yeah.
shopping in any other year that we've been alive to remember.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So when you told me, you was like, "Man, this is what you want to talk about," I was like, "Ooh, okay." So people, this is gonna be a tough subject because everybody been in the house. People have been able to do things. They already been shopping online and buying and doing and spending. So I'm like trying to tell people during this time when they don't have nothing else that they can hold on to for happiness to budget how you gonna spend this money during the holiday. I know it's gonna be like pulling teeth. So what I did is I went into all of my own experience and I did some research, looked into some stuff, and I came up with a few little things. Now this is what I did for you because you put me on the spot last time when we did this and was like, "Oh, you came up with an acronym for sis. I need one for bro." So here I am
All right,
making good on what I said that I would do. I mean, it may not be as spectacular as you was expecting, but what I decided during the pandemic holiday budgeting thing is that you have to have a bro mindset, right?
Oh, I like that, a bro mindset.
All right. Now, what this means is you need to be bold, realistic, and open minded.
Okay.
A bro mindset.
Okay.
Because during this time, we are all being challenged on, what we can do, on how much money we're gonna be willing to spend. They're really like pushing for people to spend because the economy is starting to take a little tumble because people are holding on to their money a little bit more. So when you go into this mindset of of starting to spend for the holidays, you need to keep in mind a few things. Okay. Let me see. I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget to tell y'all. You want to make sure you're looking at what you need versus what you want.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm always saying that. You always should be looking at what you need versus what you want. You should also look into trying to get rid of some stuff first before you buy some new stuff. That kind of makes space, making space for the new stuff.
So get rid of the old dresses that you haven't worn.
Yeah, get rid
before
of
you
the
buy
old
some new
dresses.
dresses. All you ladies. And the
Yeah.
shoes that you haven't worn that's
Ladies,
still in the box.
ladies, I promise you, it is not as painful as it sounds. You can do it. You can box that stuff up. You can ship it off somewhere. You can have somebody come and get it. You won't even have, but just get rid of it and then get you some new stuff. Get you some more
Well,
stuff.
some of the stuff they haven't worn is still new because they haven't taken it out the box.
See,
Shoes.
that's the stuff that you either donate to somebody in need, or I mean, if we're in the situation that we're in right now, you can even try to sell some stuff. There's eBay, there's Let It Go, there's all different types of avenues. But that is one of the things I do suggest you try to get rid of some old stuff to make space for the new stuff that you're gonna get. Be realistic based off your current situation and be like, does this purchase make sense? Everybody be trying to get these TVs, these video games, and all that good stuff during the holidays. But if you don't need it, like I say, then don't get it. If it's not gonna break the budget and it's on your want list and you can afford it, I mean, it just really depends. Like we're gonna talk a little bit more. I got some other stuff in here.
So I need to hold off on my PlayStation 5, right? I got
with-
the 4, but I've had the 4 for 2 years. Although I've only played it probably 20 times in 2 years, but
oh my
the PS5 is out now.
So here's the thing with that. If that's something that you are willing to purchase and you put it on your list and it's part of your budget, I'm not gonna tell you not to get it because that's your reward to yourself. But don't get that and get something else that's gonna push your budget like
Mm.
whoo off the cliff. You
All
can't
right. All right.
you can't do that.
Okay.
You can't do that, okay?
Okay.
So
I
it's
got you.
either the PlayStation 5
Mm-hmm.
or something else or some
Or the
other things
Lexus.
as oh, you going big items, okay.
I'm just
Look,
playing.
you
I'm
say
just
you just
playing, y'all.
you say you just but no, I mean, like, be realistic. Like, seriously, like, I'm not telling people not to get the fun things, not to get the stuff that they want, but don't break your budget trying to get the stuff that you want, especially in the times that we are right now. We're not sure what's going to happen. This election is still coming up. Y'all seen that debate. I'm going to be honest, I didn't really watch it because I already knew it was going to be a hot mess. So I just let other people tell me what was happening, and I was like, oh, okay, that's exactly what I expected. So you got to be real conscious of what you're doing with your money during this time because, like I said, you don't know what's going to happen. So you got to still hold on to it, but still allow yourself some fun stuff. So the other thing, I preached this the last time. Still pay your bills.
Pay your bills.
Still pay your bills. Don't be like, okay, look, I've been cooped up in this house, and like you said, I want this PlayStation 5, but your rent is due, so don't take half your rent money and go buy no PlayStation 5 and then be telling your landlord. So you understand we in a pandemic. You can't do that.
Dude, come on, play PlayStation
Come
5
play
with me.
the like
Let us break bread over the
look, come play the
PS5.
game with me a couple times, and that's how we'll settle this. No, you can't do that to people. So be understanding also that when that you're in a situation, other people are in the same situation that you are in. So that's where the open minded part of the bro come in. And the last thing, and I know this is probably going to be something, and I know a lot of people going to be like, "Oh my god," think of thrift shopping this year, some secondhand stores, some
Mm.
those types of places for certain
Mm.
items. I'm not saying go in there and buy your whole Christmas list off of there. I'm not saying do any of that.
I know some
But
ladies that are
right, that's what that'll be
that looking
like.
at you cross-eyed right about now, thrift shopping.
What you mean? I'm not buying nothing
Black
nobody else
Friday
can
thrift
had on.
shop.
But I mean, it just really depends. Like, what are you looking for? What are the items you want? And it's like, so if you're willing to save some money, you're willing to be a little bit more open minded, you're willing to look for those deals, you can find some really great things at the thrift store for
Okay.
$3.
Wait, hold that note. I'm looking at this because I got a couple people that chimed in on Facebook Live. I got Kelly Cattonhead, V Tyson, Angel Falls. Got Annette Harris.
Uh-huh.
She hosts a show here on Wednesdays, Mind, Body, and Soul. Annette Harris is a shoeaholic.
Hey,
All right,
Annette.
so Annette,
I
look,
know, girl.
listen, Annette,
I love
listen,
shoes too. I
listen,
get it.
Annette.
I get
You
it.
probably got some shoes in your closet that you have not worn. Listen, this is a pandemic. Get rid of some of those shoes before you go buy some new shoes. Get rid of them.
Shoes.
She gonna get me.
I
Girl,
just
you know she gonna
look.
get me.
I don't condone him calling you out on the shoes because I love shoes too. So I understand that one. Maybe she can find something else that she can scratch off her list.
Oh, she's gonna get me. She may even call in and get me. Listen, those of you that would like to call in and ask Shunda any question, you can feel free to call in 708-223-8953. That's 708-223-8953. Or you can simply put your comments in the comment field. All right. All right. So come on, continue on with the
All right.
bro code. Not the bro code. I guess it's not the bro code, is it?
I mean,
It's the bro mindset.
it's the bro mindset,
Okay.
is what I call it. It's the bro mindset because you do need to have all three of those going into this time frame. I mean, and then you could carry that on past this, but like I said, you put me on the spot. I had to come up with something. So there you go. But so continuing what we was talking about, like you say, just those are some of the things that I would suggest that people think about going into this holiday season. And then, like I say, continue with that bro code mindset, pay your bills. Now, I do want to, I know you sent me a couple of questions that we're going to talk about, but I do want to go into something a little early, I guess, before you bring it up.
Go ahead.
Because I know I had been looking up the research on what other people would say and what they talk to people about during the holidays, because I'm still a student of learning things so that I can teach y'all things as well. So I'm always studying and looking what other people that's in my industry are talking about and what they're doing. And so going into this, and I'm looking at how they're saying people should make their shopping list and they should make a budget, and they basically everybody is saying the same thing. So I'm like, oh yeah, that all makes sense. So when I got to thinking about it, I was thinking about how you should, prioritize these things on how you should be doing them, right? So yeah, of course, you should be setting a spending limit. You should be making a budget. But I suggest setting your spending limit first so that when you make your list of things that you are looking for, it makes you more accountable to sticking to your budget instead of making excuses on being able to purchase it.
Mm.
It kind of holds you there. So if you're like, okay, so all I can afford after you've paid your bills and you've went through your budget and you've like, okay, so this is what I have left, this is what I want to spend. Let me see, let me make a list of things that I may be trying to get. And then once you make this list, it's things that you want, things that you need. I suggest putting your needs first and then putting things that you want. Do the research, find out how much this stuff costs, see where you can get it from. And then decide like, okay, so this is cost too much because my budget said that I can only afford $500 this year, and or this cost right enough. So I'll keep it on the list. That's some of the things that you can do to kind of help you going into this mindset. Don't just go in there willy-nilly, because I know they doing other things, like some people are collecting unemployment. They started that lost wages assistance program that they just implemented on the first, where they are giving out $300 extra every week of unemployment that you've been claiming. So I know people always think, oh, I got some extra money, so they're gonna go and spend. But don't let that go to your head. You got to still hold
And
on to
since
some
you just
stuff.
mentioned that, and I was going to touch on that because I thought about that this morning. With this extra money,
Mm.
that they're giving us, which is
Extra
really not
money, quote
extra
unquote.
money,
Yep.
it's money they're assigning to you,
Yes.
because because we don't know if there's going to be another round of stimulus checks.
Exactly.
It's been held up in Congress. We don't know.
Exactly.
With that extra $300 for those that are on unemployment, should they just be tucking that $300 away somewhere, or should they?
I think everybody's situation is different because it depends on what you're doing. Like you say, if you are in a situation where you are still working and you're still able to continue to pay your bills, then why not tuck it away? If you are ahead of the game and you've already been budgeting and you've been saving, you can use this as your holiday money. You can use it as like something, um if you're collecting unemployment, I'm sorry, if you're collecting the unemployment and you have already been ahead of the game prior, you were prepared, then yeah, use it as like something extra until you can get back into working. But if not, like if you need to catch up on bills, catch up on your bills, because when the smoke settles and the dust clears, you don't want to have any past debts when this all come back, because they're gonna come collect for their money. They gonna want their money. Like that's just really that's how it is. So that's being realistic about the situation.
Wells Fargo Finance, they want their
They
money.
want their
Your
money.
mortgage company want their money.
They want the credit card companies. They want their money. Everybody is gonna want their money when the time comes. So it's like you gotta really just maintain and hold on right now. So don't let, like you say, the marketing get you and your wants and your tiredness of being in the house or not having and not socializing with people and not doing things make you make some bad debt decisions that's gonna harm you in the long run.
Gotcha. Okay. Um, so put, after you checked off all your expenses,
Mm-hmm.
set your spending limit then,
Mm-hmm.
and then whittle
Make your
it
shopping
down.
list. So it's like you pay your bills, set your holiday shopping list, spending limit, then make your shopping list of things that you may want to have.
Okay.
Find out how much they cost, if there's some deals for it. All that do look really, really spend some time and getting your research done. Like if you really want something, you'll be willing to look for it, right? So spend this. You ain't doing nothing else. You in the house. You got the
Mhm.
time. You on your phones. You on your laptops. Take that time. Do the research. Find what you want, and then start whittling down your list to say, okay, because you gonna have to be very bold in this moment of making that decision. Because this bold, what I mean by bold, you're fighting against your own willpower of your wants versus your needs. Is it a necessary spend? Is it an unnecessary spend? This is a test of your will at this point.
So, in other words, what we have to do is change our mindset.
Yes.
We have to discipline ourselves because one of the worst words you can ever say to people, especially our people, there's one word that we know not to use, but secondary to the N word is the B word, budget.
Mhm.
We don't like
People
to
do
hear
not
that
like to
word
hear that
budget
word.
because I've heard people say, I don't have enough to budget in the first place.
I've heard people say that too.
You know, and but this is something that we have to do as we, especially as we get older.
Yeah.
When we're younger, we don't think about budgeting. We just go
Yeah.
and spend money. As we get older, we have families, and we're looking at, okay,
You have more
I'm
responsibilities.
20 years or 10 years away from retirement,
Right.
and I don't have anything saved up.
You got to start thinking about the long run instead of just thinking about the here and now. And like I said, when people hear the word budget, they think that, oh, I'm gonna be restricted. I ain't gonna be able to have fun. I'm not gonna be. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do with my money. Okay, well, no, but you need to tell you what to do with your money if you don't want somebody else to tell you what to do with your money, because that's exactly what's going to happen if you don't budget your money.
It's called wage garnishment. They're gonna tell you where your money is
They
going
gonna
before
come
you
and
even
take
get it.
it and be like, okay, so this is where it's been allocated to, and this is what's left for you. Ching ching, those little coins. That's all you gonna get left over.
All right. So listen, we have online shopping versus in-person shopping.
Yep.
I know Amazon's been blowing up.
Yep.
All the other places have been blowing up. That Walmart.com. Uh, where do you actually see the savings when you look at both of them? If I have to decide how I want to spend, I have a X amount of dollars to shop with during this pandemic because I might be off work, don't know when I'm going back to work or what have you. Do I save more with online shopping than going in person and trying to stay? If I do online, I'm staying safe, and I'm
Right.
not in Walmart. When a Karen comes to me or whatever, I'm not in
Look,
Walmart. People breathing
with
all over the
people, yeah,
merchandise.
with the people
But do I actually save more? Am I saving more money by going through Amazon or
versus going into the.
Overstock.com? What do I do?
Now, see, this is the thing. When it for versus online and versus going into the store doing what we're doing right now. Everybody's basically been shopping online anyway because they're like, don't go outside. If you do go outside, wear your mask, blah, blah, blah. Most people have not really been going outside. They have been doing online shopping already. But
Well, the
I
people in Walmart must not get the memo. They
right.
still got lines
Well,
all out.
that's a whole special case of people that go. But but versus going into store, I think it really again it breaks down to what you going for, what you get, and what's the purpose of you going into the store versus you online. Now I know online they do have all of these marketing techniques and all of this stuff because right now I think they're trying to get more people to shop online because they're of course like, oh, stay indoors so that the pandemic can settle down and it can fully go away. But as you can see, Walmartians is what I'm gonna call them, won't stay in the house, so they still have those deals for people that come inside the stores. Now, like I say, for me it doesn't benefit me to like go and buy like tissue and stuff like that online and have it delivered to the house because you'll have stuff like shipping fees, delivery fees, taxes, all of that other stuff. And if I just spend a little bit of time and some of my gas money that I already pay for and go to the store, then it'll be cheaper. So it just really depends on what is the benefit for you. So that's why I tell people it's not always about, oh, I saved $50 on this, or I saved 25% on that. Yeah, look for that stuff too, but also make sure it's a benefit for you because sometimes it may not be a benefit for you to do things the other way.
And the reason I said that because I'm a marketing student. I studied, marketing
Yep.
was my major, and I look at it like this: Amazon, Overstock.com, all the
That third
uh,
party.
third party, shippers, if you will, shopping entities
Mm-hmm.
versus your department stores or what have you. Since we're in a pandemic, they know many people are forced
To
to
shop
do online
online.
shopping.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't necessarily see them offering as many incentives because you almost have no choice but to do online if you're trying to
Well,
be safe. I see
that's
the
because
I
you're a
see
marketing student, so you
yeah.
see through
See, I see the department stores offering more
to
incentives
come
and
into the
savings to
stores,
come
right?
into the stores, especially as we approach Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and
Glad
all
you
these
brought
other
that
things
up.
because
Yes.
Amazon right now is booming.
Yeah.
It's booming. But am I going to get a better deal when it comes to Black Friday shopping online rather than in the store? Because the store wants me to come in and drop some dollars there so they can keep that brick and mortar open.
Now, I'm glad you brought that up because when I was looking into this, right? So you was talking about because you had asked a question about like the holiday season coming up. We got Black Friday coming up, we got Christmas coming up, we got New Year's Day coming up. But as I started looking into the holiday thing, I was like, oh, there are some things that he didn't mention that's out here that actually are coming up before those things. We got Prime Day is coming up on Amazon. Like you said, that's October. October 13th through the 14th. Now that's late for this year compared to how it was. So when I was doing the research, they were saying they think that some of that is going to pull more people towards online shopping versus going to the stores. So like you were saying, you see stores like ComShop, we got 50% off, we got 75% off because they're getting pulled, like their customers are getting pulled to shop online because of the pandemic. So I think it's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be real. It's gonna be real interesting to see what's gonna happen because, like I say, those people who for real haven't ventured outside and only been shopping online, they're gonna still continue to shop online. But with Prime Day coming, and then right after, and then Black Friday, and then Cyber Week, so it's like there's a lot coming, and it's gonna be interesting to find out like who's gonna fall into what.
And see, I do online shopping now,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm primarily an in-person shopper because I like to see and
Touch
feel
your
the
stuff. Yeah.
merchandise. Even when I'm buying a computer,
Okay.
I can read about the computer, but I'm one. I like to go in. I'm a techie. I want to go in. I want to see. Okay. I see what this is offering me.
You
Okay,
gotta touch it.
right. I
You
gotta
gotta
touch
touch
it.
it. Yeah.
The same way with my cell phone. I want to. Okay, I want to see. Okay, I want to see the ease. I want to see the speed.
Mm-hmm.
Versus than just reading about it. And even in clothing, because we know that every clothes manufacturer,
Yeah.
their clothing
They don't
size
make
run
the
different.
clothes the
So
same.
for me to purchase clothes online, only to find out that it's not really the real size, that I would normally wear. Now I got to ship it back. I had to
Mm-hmm.
wait 2 or 3 days
Two,
to
3 weeks,
get it.
whatever.
Now
You
I
gotta
got to
wait.
ship it back. And when I can just go to the store, I can just look at it. I can usually look at it and tell if it'll fit me, or I can just try it on. I can grab it and go out.
Yeah, you can.
So
And that's why I say people who think like that, those gonna be the people that's gonna be out in the stores trying to get the stuff. Now, I have never been a Black Friday shopper myself because I don't
oh,
necessarily
it's
like
awesome.
crime.
It's
Oh,
awesome.
uh-uh.
Been in the line at 4 o'clock in the
Oh
morning.
my lord, no,
Yes,
thank you.
yes, yes.
You can keep
It's
it.
been a long time since I've done it,
No,
but I've
no,
been in
no.
the line 4 o'clock in the morning,
Now,
and
mind
I
you,
came out with
wait.
a mint. Came out with
I'm
computers.
woke,
I came out with
but I
everything.
cannot do that because the crowds. Oh my goodness, I would have lost my mind. Didn't go to hear people talk about they fighting over stuff. Because for me, I'm not going to fight nobody over nothing. If you want this sweater, lady, you can have this sweater. You're not going to black my eye for no sweater. I'm good. So I stay in the house for Black Friday. I'm more do the Cyber Monday stuff or something or the Cyber Week. So like you say, I'm an online shopper, but certain things I do like to touch and feel, like you say, because of how it's made or what it is. So it's just really gonna depend, and it's gonna be a real battle to see who's gonna be the win. But I think the online shopping is gonna probably take over more because of this Prime Day. Everybody can't resist. People can't resist Amazon Prime Day. They're gonna be ordering all types of stuff. They'll be trying to stock up on tissue again because they think the pandemic finna hit for these
I,
last
D,
three
I
months.
promise you, you better stock up on some
You
tissue and
better
some
get you look.
Lysol.
When I leave here, I'm going to get me some tissues, some paper towels, supplies. So I'm going to get all of the cleaning supplies as soon as I leave
I'm
here.
gonna tell you where to go. Earl, listen up. Walgreens and over there on Harlem,
Mm-hmm.
they got a stock full of Lysol wipes and everything. No limit. Y'all better go there
No
and get it.
limit.
No limit.
You said
I walked in
Walgreens
there
on
about
hard.
6 or 7 containers of Lysol wipes.
See,
Right
yeah,
there, right over
yeah,
there across from Norfolk
yeah.
South Mall, the Walgreens at 24 hours
Because
there.
things finna get crazy because people still been outside. People was not. I don't think people were expecting for the pandemic to really go as rampant as it did. But like people don't want people. You can't keep people cooped up and then expect for them not to break free. But it's gonna we gonna be in this for a minute. We're gonna still be in the house. I think working from home and virtual things are gonna take flight on certain stuff. Is gonna really affect how people learn how to make money during this time. Like a lot of people gonna end up learning some skills and things about themselves that they probably didn't even think that they could possibly do during this time, because when this dust settles of what's going on with the world right now or with the United States right now, if we go through this election and all this other stuff, because we still kind of we like on a teeter totter kind of right now, because we got this pandemic that's looming over us. We got this debate. We don't know who's gonna be our next president. We know who some people know who they want, some people don't know who they want. It's like it's a whole world of things are happening. So, like you said, we going into this holiday. So all I can tell people is please don't go out there and spend your last trying to get some stuff that's not even gonna matter at this point. Like you be very realistic, be understanding. And because the world runs off of currency, make sure you have some currency when this all ends.
And actually, some stores have stopped taking
Paper
money.
money, yeah.
They want you to
They
have
have
your debit or credit card.
because money. Oh, I also just heard, because I like listening to the talk radio all the time. But I heard on the radio the other day that I can't remember the name of this store that's about to do this, but they are uh starting to where you can go in and you can like scan your hand. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
They starting to go to that because they're trying to, like you said, they're trying to get rid of the actual paper money
right.
itself and move to digital everything or cards or things of those natures. So that's what I say. Things are about to change. People, hold on to your
Let's get
money.
into a whole nother,
Yeah,
whole nother show.
That's a whole
I have
nother
to do
show.
that one.
We're gonna have to talk
'Cause,
about that another time.
Yeah, yeah. Let's try to do something else.
Yeah, that's
All right,
another
but
show.
Annette says you have to know how to shop online. It's a craft.
Yeah,
You know,
you
it
do.
really is, because you even though even on Amazon, you have to know uh which retailer to go with that's offering that
Yes.
deal, because and I usually go by the star rating.
Yes.
If it's 4 or 5 stars, then I'll go with that versus somebody that's just
Mhm.
only 2 stars, because then your chances, evidently the chances of you receiving quality material, is
Yeah, it's greater. Like
yeah,
they
right.
say, you get what you pay for. And if
Exactly.
you don't do your research during this time, you'll get, for lack of better words, you'll get whooped. You know what I'm saying? Like people have been doing that because when you're talking about money and finances, there's always going to be somebody that's going to be trying to take advantage. So you got to be very diligent about what you're doing and where you spending your money, who you spending your money with. Don't just go onto any old website. Like Annette said, you have to know how to shop online. You can't just be sucked in by the deal. Don't always think, oh, they got a 50% off sale. I'm gonna buy everything off here. Yeah, you're gonna get a box of rocks and be real mad
Yeah.
when you get that shipment and you realize and it ain't nobody to send it back to and things like that. So it's like you say, it takes a lot. It's That's why I say people, you have to be very diligent with your money. That's why budgeting your money is not a bad thing, because if you've been already budgeting your money at this point, those people who've been doing that and these holidays are coming, oh, they already ready. They got their list together. They know what stores they going to. They're already they cut their coupons or however they do, and they've done their research already because they've been prepared for this already. And you can't go into this like, I know it sounds like, man, this is a lot. You got to do a lot of this. But if you're serious about the longevity of your finances, these are the things you have to do. You have to be serious about it. I know it don't sound fun. It don't sound pretty. But then, there are people like
Well, this
me.
is life. This
Look,
is just
there are
life.
people like me who can help you with those
Right.
things and make it a little bit more fun and understanding
And this is just life. Life. This
yeah.
is just the process of life. Finances.
Hmm.
Finances really, it isn't fun. You know. Even we say it's fun spending money. It is fun spending money that we don't have to pay back.
That you don't have to pay back, right?
Okay, but when you got to pay back while we're in the store, we're looking at whatever we want. We pull out the credit card. In the back of our mind, we're saying, "I know I got to pay this money back, but right now
In the moment,
right."
yeah, I'm having
But
a
when you
grand
have
old time.
money that you don't have to pay back, that's when spending becomes fun.
Yeah.
And you were speaking about online shopping with my son, my oldest son. He's a gym shoe fanatic. He's a basketball player.
Okay, yeah.
And Air Jordans, all of that. He went online, and I didn't know this after he placed the order. Someplace in China for some Nike Air Jordans.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. And he was wondering why it was taking so long.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I'm like, you're not gonna ever see those shoes. Well,
by
lo and behold, one day,
by the time you get those shoes, you're gonna be forget you bought those shoes.
And behold, one day
they
showed up. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it was months, but it was longer than what he anticipated.
Yeah.
And they were nice looking, but I was telling him you have to be careful where you're ordering from.
Especially in what we're going through right now.
Right.
Especially now with online shopping and with the way that people, especially during, like say, this pandemic has caused a lot of financial crises over. And for me, as somebody, as an entrepreneur, getting my businesses and everything up and running, I've had to jump through so many hoops and all this other stuff. So it's definitely like a time for people to really be, like say, get their guard up a little bit. When they're going through their financial stuff, don't spend your money, like you say, on these websites and then and I don't want to call any websites out that I've researched and looked into that I was just like, nope, this don't look. And people are always posting that stuff, talking about they looked at this website, they ordered something, the picture showed one thing.
Wish.
And it be something else.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not laughing at people, but it's the fact that people are so smart at coming up with cunning things. It's crazy. So it's like you got to be smart about your finances because
Wish is clickbait.
People are out here trying to trick you out of your money any way they possibly can. So be very, very diligent this holiday season.
Now,
very diligent.
What I do is when I see something like you said, like on Facebook or whatever, I'll look and see. I'll see what their product is, what it's offering. Mm-hmm. I'll go on Amazon to see if I can find that same product.
Yeah.
From a
9 times out of 10, you're gonna find that product everywhere. It's gonna be something because Wish is a third party like place anyway, so they don't have any inventory or anything like that. They buying stuff or shipping you stuff that they're probably on consignment or something like that. But what I want to bring up is this is also a good time to support your small businesses, your friends that's out here that make things and sell things and have services. You don't have to always shop online. Some Christmas gifts are a support of a small business.
Exactly.
That's the best gift you can give somebody during this time.
And there are a lot of people that are making jewelry.
Yes.
They're making outfits. I know a young lady who makes all kinds of outfits.
There are people there are chefs that are cooking out here. Like you said, there are jewelry makers. There are people that's making clothes. There are people that are still making masks, custom masks, T-shirts, shoes, pants, whatever. There are people that are makeup artists. There are still people that are doing hair, barbers, all different types of small businesses that you can support during this time. Also, if you are a small business, think about offering like coupons to people to sell to be able to get people to say, okay, I have a $25 coupon for so-and-so service or to purchase a piece of jewelry from this person or something like that. Those things are going a long way. Those are gift card things is what I mean. Those things will go a long way during this time frame. And then now you're circulating the money back in between your community and your people. And that's how you can help everybody make it through this pandemic.
But I'm going to tell you, I'm a witness to that because my wife is, and most people, everybody that knows me know my wife is a Mary Kay. She's a Mary Kay director.
Yes.
The black folks are killing Mary Kay.
Look, these love Mary Kay.
But I mean, the people that are in it, they are killing it. Their businesses are booming since the pandemic because everybody, Nobody's going. I'm not going to JCPenney. No,
I'm not gonna go out to the
I'm not going to the Mac
store.
counter because too many folks with COVID been at the Mac counter. Now they're buying this
And
stuff
Mac
up,
is
and
expensive
it's expensive.
right now for most people's pockets. So America is good quality stuff.
Yeah, my wife just qualified. My wife just got a car.
I know. I
Just
saw
got her first car.
that. I
Her
saw that
first
you
car.
posted that. I was
All
like,
right.
yes.
So it's booming. So black businesses, this is
Are
the time
booming.
for you to boom. We've been highlighting
Yes.
several black businesses since the pandemic, has started. We've been highlighting them, restaurants, all kinds of things, and this is what we want you to do. But you mentioned something, and it's one of my questions: how important are things such as couponing or even being in different rewards programs? How
Oh man.
beneficial are those type of concepts?
Well, those are always beneficial, even regardless of what situation that you're in, because you can always make money from those types of things or get cash back and those things. Now, I would say, and with everything else in finance, it really just depends on how you use it. If you're going to get into this reward program, perfect example. So I go to BP Gas, right? So last year, something like that, maybe a few months back, I don't remember. I had been looking into, apps and stuff that I can use to try to save on gas prices. So I had found this one app that was showing me all of the different gas prices in the location in the area that I was in.
Gas money.
I don't even remember what
Okay.
it was because I don't use it no more. It's not beneficial. But it wasn't good for it. I stopped using it because it wasn't beneficial for me to use it. It wasn't really showing me what I needed it to show. But my point is that I have a BP gas card, rewards card that I wasn't even using. And I know people are like, well, you don't really save a whole lot. A penny saved is a penny earned. I don't care what nobody say. If it's only 2 cents off on 10 gallons of gas, I want my 2 cent off on my 10 gallons of gas because that 2 cent might be the difference in the make or break. And I know this sounds like I'm being cheap and I'm being extra petty and I'm being very ticky tack, but that's what we do as accountants, and that's how you keep the coins. So
I agree.
right, but it's like so it really depends on how you're gonna use it. But if you're not gonna use this reward program and it's gonna be a waste of time for you, then don't do it. If I know people that coupon, right? I know this one young lady, she is an amazing couponer. I don't even know how she has the energy or the time to even clip these coupons. Like she goes and she gets the papers and all that other stuff because there's more to couponing than just online stuff. Like she's physically clipping the coupon, she's spending the time, she's taking the research. So, and for her, it's beneficial because it saves her so much money in the end. But you hear she's spending so much time getting that stuff. So it really depends on what is beneficial for you. For me, I'm not gonna spend time clipping those coupons because it doesn't benefit me to spend that time to do that. I'm just gonna start using my gas card, my gas rewards card, so that I can save on gas because I drive a lot. So that's what's more beneficial for me. So when you are looking into couponing, don't just grab stuff just because it say it's a 50% off. Grab stuff that you're gonna use, or you're gonna be wasting your time with stuff, and it don't make sense. You ain't got time to waste.
Yeah, because I know people who they do couponing, and you go in their house, and they got like about,
They're like a Sam's Club, right?
yeah. I mean, they got about
You
50
look like
packages
warehouse.
of toilet tissue, 100 things of Tide.
And I would say to those people, y'all should be really making good money during this time because you can't use all of that stuff and people need stuff. You can become get you a vendor's license, become a little corner store on the block or something. I don't know. I'm just saying. I got ideas. I'm about making money and like throw some ideas out there.
These folks stocking up now because they think COVID's coming back around.
Right. So it's
So
like you can start utilizing some of these things to help you make some more income into your house. Also, you can use some of that stuff, like say, to build your budget for your holiday thing. Sell some of the old stuff, like we was talking about. Like if you got to make room for the new stuff, sell your old stuff. Um, if you must sell your shoes, then you sell your shoes. Annette, don't sell your shoes, girl. If you must though, but that's what I'm saying. Like if you want something new, if you're trying to do that, you got to do these things. It's only gonna be beneficial in the end. It's gonna help you like in your life, and it's gonna help you in your pockets, and one of the most important. Like your pockets is your life at this point. Like you say, it's just one of the things you got to do, right?
Okay. So now I'm trying to plan out, like you said my shopping
List.
excursion.
Call it an excursion.
I'm planning on my shopping excursion. I decide I'm gonna go online.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Um, because I think what the other thing that we think about when we're doing these holiday shopping, we're only thinking about merchandise. We're only thinking about the clothing, the gifts, and all of
Mhm.
this. What about the food shopping? Because we
Yes.
cook a lot
You cook a lot
during
during the
those times.
holidays.
Thanksgiving, Christmas,
Mhm.
New Year's.
Mhm.
My thing is save it was whatever you had on Christmas, just save that for a week later. That's New Year's.
That's New Year,
But
but why wouldn't you?
you know, but we spend a lot of money on
On the
food,
groceries,
almost as
yeah.
much money as we do on
That's true.
gifts. So even in that regards, how can we be proactive in our savings on all the food that we
Oh,
buy?
your grocery
Could we buy
budget.
more food during that time than
Well,
any other time of the year?
well, see, this is since this is the year. Like, say, this 2020 has been so crazy because it's literally changing everything that we're doing in our lives that we're used to doing. So this will be the first time that we're having holiday season for the pandemic, right? So and we're told not to be in crowds of 10. You saw how that happened. People was like, forget that. I'm doing what I'm gonna do. But now that things have gotten a little bit more serious, I wonder are people going to start doing that holiday gathering like they had been
Wait a
doing?
minute, hold on. It only got serious because the president got it now. So
Right.
they say.
So they say.
Because
Um,
all of a sudden now,
all of a
all over
sudden,
the
him and
news,
him and him and
breaking
him and
news: the
Melania got
president
it.
has coronavirus.
They tested for it. Yeah, okay.
When Junebug had it, I ain't get no breaking news.
But I didn't get no breaking news when nobody else in the hood had it. So, but like you said, whole nother story. But so it's like during this time, you got to just be very diligent again. Like, say, are you going to have people over to your house? Are you going to cook a big meal?
Mm.
Are you going to? Because that's what's going to make a difference.
Because see, when we think about people over our house, we're not thinking about our sisters and
Yes.
brothers. We're thinking about friends.
Friends.
Well, I'm not having no friends. I'm just having family. Well,
But
now how
still,
many family
but how
members?
many family
Well,
members
it's
are
usually
coming?
about 15 of us.
Exactly.
You know.
And like, are people gonna be pitching in this year? Because you know how that goes sometimes with our black families. Throw a 5 here, throw a 10 there. Are you gonna have people bringing food over? Because these are some things that you can do to kind of cut your pockets, so that you're not the only one that's spending money out of your budget for groceries. If you're gonna have family and gatherings and things like that, do a potluck. Have people bring stuff. Assign certain things to people. Hey, you bring the water, you bring the pop, you bring the paper plates, you bring we'll have the turkey here, turkey and dressing here. So and so gonna make macaroni and cheese. If that way everybody is pitching in and everybody is feeling like they've contributed and there won't be any, hostility in the
Make sure
house.
everything is COVID free, whatever you bring.
Exactly. Make sure everything is COVID free. You gotta and if you're gonna be the person that's gonna fund everything because you're like, hey, everybody come to my house, I'm gonna cook, I'm gonna clean, I'm gonna do everything, and I'm gonna make sure we all gonna be good, then just be understanding that that's the role that you took on. Make sure that you write it into your budget. Don't let people push you over your budget. If you got people that got allergies and you're cooking for those people, of course be kind and try to adjust if so. But I'm not like if I invite you to my house and I say this is what I'm cooking, you have the choice to eat it or not. So that's just kind of just kind of how you go. But that's what I mean. Like it's gonna be some tough decisions gonna have to get made because we are in this pandemic and we don't want to break the budget just cause trying to stick to our old traditions. You don't want to get messed up.
Now, I'm looking at what Annette put down here, and I was thinking about this. She said, "Make sure your family isn't sick. Take their temps
Right.
at the
Take a
door."
temperature check at the
Now, let me
door.
tell you something. If
You walk up and
if
they
Aunt Lula May if
enter
Aunt
in.
Lula May comes to your house and you talking about I can't let you in until I take your temperature.
Aunt Lula May gonna beat you.
Boy, you
with
better
her
let me in.
with her purse and push you out of the way. Don't y'all underestimate that strength. They will push you clean out of the way.
But I know it's comical, but no,
Yeah.
it is serious because we have heard over the past months how the virus was spread just by family
Yes.
gatherings.
Yes.
Fourth of July gatherings, outside in the backyard, and the virus spreads. So you really have to be careful, even with the mask. Even when we had Jaleesa's trunk party, everybody had masks
Everybody
on.
had their mask. I know Brianna was there.
Yeah. So we have to have masks. Masks are a part of life right now.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to
I
be in
mean,
your
and they
family
might
gathering,
be for the foreseeable future. I mean, you just gonna have to get used to that. But would you rather look at it like this? Wouldn't you rather still have your family members here to be able to gather with them, opposed to not wearing the mask and deciding that, okay, well, now I don't have my family members to gather with because I didn't want to wear the mask. I didn't want to be safe. It's all like you just being conscious of that, and because you have to be conscious of that, that affects your pockets. So
and listen, the masks are here to stay, whether Corona is gone or not. If Corona leaves, the masks are coming. All these folks that made these masks and customized them and blinged them out, put these bows on them and making money off, they're going to keep these
they're gonna
masks.
keep these masks going. People gonna keep trying to buy them. And it's funny because the mask, that was a fashion trend a few years ago, and now it's a way of life.
Yeah. Now, getting back to this budgeting.
Yes.
Annette said carry out plate via the drive-through.
I love her.
Annette is not going to be around anybody.
That's gonna have the virus.
She
said
is.
she gonna be safe.
Annette is going to be safe at all costs.
Tell her I'm coming through for a plate though. If you're giving them out through the drive-through.
I want Annette to come on my show and help guest co-host with me, but she's gonna probably try to do it through Zoom. So but anyway, okay. Since let's say if your house is the house that they chose, let's say for 2021 for Christmas, should you write that in your budget at the beginning of the year?
I would think so. Yeah, because you want to start planning for the end of the year. And I know that sounds crazy. Why would you start so early in the year? If you start early enough in the year, then you're not taken by surprise at the end of the year. Because I know, and using myself as an example, there are a lot of things that come up towards the end of the year that are in my budget that I always have to plan for. That's up against the holiday because I'm like, man, I want to do things for the holiday. I want to be able to, have some fun things, but I got to do things like get my plate registered and all these because my stuff expired this month in October. And it's the window sticker and things of those nature. So it's like you still have your budget. Don't let the holiday looming make you think, oh, I'm gonna go off budget because it's the holiday. Because that's not the right mindset to have when you're thinking about your budget. You want to still keep that stuff in mind, like, okay, well, let me plan for this, and the earlier the better, I would say. If you're one of those people that can plan for 12 months in advance, do so. But if you're not one of those people, break it down into smaller chunks. Break it down into 3 months. Break it down into 1 month. Break it down into a week. Like it really is your budget. I like to call it a working budget because it's not something that's written on a tablet set in stone. You can adjust it and fix it to fit whatever situation that comes about in your life. Just make sure that when you're adjusting and fixing it, it's not for excuses that you've come up with in your life.
I like quarterly budgeting because then you're taking 3 months at a
Every three
time.
months, 90 days. Yep.
Because we do know, like during the summer months, people's incomes tend to change depending on their profession. If they're school teachers
Yes.
working in the schools, then their income may go down.
It
so they have to
fluctuates,
have an
yeah.
adjusted budget for
Your
those
expenses too,
yeah.
because if you don't cook as much in the summertime, you might grill.
Who I'm about to say? Who don't?
I'm talking
If you
about
got
in the
kids, you
house.
gonna cook.
I'm talking about in the house. You may not cook as much in the house, but even still, you may make sandwiches or things
What?
of that nature. Look,
Sandwiches.
Yes.
I got 3 kids.
Well, I mean,
You got Brianna.
yeah.
Okay, I got 3 kids. Sandwiches?
That's why I said grilling. Sometimes everybody's lifestyles are different.
I got to cook all
Brianna
year round.
Look, Brianna don't be wanting no sandwiches either. So I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like she be like, "You ain't cooked nothing." She 18 right now, and because she's at home, she still think that mom's supposed to cook for her. Oh, girl, you better get out of here. You been sitting here all day, and you talking about so what I'm gonna cook. What you finna cook? It's Taco Tuesday or something. You better get in here and make some tacos or something, girl.
All right. So the bottom line is this. Let's go over the bro. What is the bro mindset again?
All right, so the bro mindset, and this is what I wanted because I wrote this down because I remember the last time, like I said, we talked about the SIS
Well,
system.
give us again what SIS was.
All right, the SIS is spend, invest, and save. And the way that worked is I was saying you spend time, you invest in yourself, and you save yourself stress. So if you spend time investing in yourself to save yourself stress by being bold, realistic, and open-minded.
That's the bro.
So you need the SIS and the bro code. As
All
you
right.
say, you need the SIS system and the bro mindset to go along with it.
So your homework assignment for the next time, I need a mom and I
Look
need
at
a
this.
dad.
Look at this one.
You
Why
got the sis, you got the bro.
throwing me
Now I
under
need a
the-
mom and I
Oh,
need
my
a dad.
goodness. Where
We
my
need to
feet?
make sure everybody's covered.
Everybody gonna be covered in this situation. You're gonna get the whole family involved.
That's right.
And everybody gonna have their part in what they do, so we can keep this generational wealth thing flowing and going. And I'm very excited with the way things are going right now. I say I'm always grateful and thankful for you having me on the show because I'm like, man, I got so much stuff that I want to tell people and I want to talk to people about these things. So eventually I'm gonna be like, so Kevin, I want to do a show and this is what I'm talking about. So
Well,
that we can
just let me know.
yeah, so because it's a lot of information that's out here that I've been finding that I'm like, y'all, look, we need to get on this. This is how things are being done. This is how we need to like move the needle for us. And it's good. It's good information, and I'm really excited to bring it out.
Tell everybody how they can reach you.
Well, you can reach me on Facebook. Follow my business page, STS Personal Financial Service. You can find me if you want to follow me. I'm just Shunda T. Smith listed on there. I'm also on Instagram as the Budgeting Queen. So it's the double underscore budgeting underscore queen. And I'm also as ST Smith 80. You can follow me on all of these things. I have a website as well that you can go and check out, www.budgetingqueen.com. I do have some life on a budget classes that will be opening up again for this month. And I'm going to set the limit to the amount of people that'll be able to go into the class if you want to join it, because I don't want to get it too big, and we're most likely going to be doing virtual classes. And if you want more information about that, of course, you can hit me up and we can figure out what we're gonna do. It's gonna be a good class. It's gonna be some of the stuff that we talked about during the programs that I've been on here. Like we'll have the bro mindset, we'll discuss that, we'll talk about the SIS system, and we'll go into more details about how to create your budget. And we'll talk more about how to make your American dream, which is what this whole thing is really about.
All right. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
And feel free to stop by Victory Temple every Sunday morning online at 9 o'clock. You can't come to the building because we won't be there. 9 o'clock Sunday mornings. Tomorrow's message is, how deep do you really want to go? How deep do you really want to go? All right. We got to go, but connect with us on next week on Connections right here on IntellectualRadio.com.